To say that this movie is wild is an understatement. So, Babylon is a new period epic written and directed by Damien Chazelle, in which it tells the lives of three particular characters portrayed by Diego Calva, Margot Robbie, and Brad Pitt, as this film takes you through a wild, unleashed, and a drug-fueled ride through the biggest transition in Hollywood history, the transition between silent films and sound films. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Babylon.
Excellent!
This is a movie that I had heard quite a few things about. For example, I had heard this movie was insane, that it was a riot, and plain simply, I had heard it was just wild. Well, let me tell you guys, Babylon is all three of those and more. There is not just one word I can use to describe the experience I had watching Babylon. But let me tell you what I know when I say this, guys. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. This movie has an insane, and I mean one insane ensemble cast, and to go through all the actors right now would take me probably like, what, 8 to 10 minutes of this review. So for your guys' sake and time, I'm going to go through the three main actors, who are Diego Calva, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie, who are all amazing in this film. Diego Calva, I thought, did a great job portraying this character that's trying to break into the industry, whether it's doing a small PA job or directing. The things that his character has to do in this film, there were many times where I was just like, holy shit. I also thought that Margot Robbie did an amazing job portraying the new up-and-coming actress. At the moment she gets this first gig, you can see her career is going to go into places. However, at the same time, she plays that character that, even though as an up-and-coming star, she does go into the excess of, you guessed it, drugs and alcohol. And the first 30 minutes, to which I'll get into that momentarily, but holy fuck. I've been a big fan of Margot Robbie ever since The Wolf of Wall Street, and her energy in this movie is just unbridled. Brad Pitt's performance is so damn good, and seeing his character going through this journey as an actor that was very, very, very popular, to say the least, in the silent film period, and to a very pivotal part of film history, I thought was a very, very interesting journey. There's a particular scene in this movie where Brad Pitt had me in stitches. I was laughing so hard. This movie is a ride. And when I mean this movie is a ride, guys, Babylon is a wild fucking ride. Within the first 30 minutes, you were introduced to a holy fucking shit party in this movie. And once you see this movie, guys, and after you experience that, if you think to yourself, oh my God. Trust me, guys. You ain't seen shit. Babylon is more than a movie, guys. This movie is like an unleashed and a drug-fueled roller coaster. One of my favorite aspects about Babylon is that when you go to a film set, or a film set in this movie I should say, when actors describe a film set as the most magical place in the world, but oh my God, behind the scenes you see the chaotic, magical ride, I guess, if you want to call it a magical ride of a film set. The first film set you see in Babylon, it's like World War II on a film set. The unbridled energy and chaos this film shows you is just brilliant. This is a film that just does not stop. Now sure, the film does take a couple of times throughout this 3 hours, which by the way, as we'll talk about later on. The film does take breathers here and there, but throughout the film, you are constantly like the Energizer Bunny on drugs while this movie is going on. It's like Damien Chazelle did the biggest line of coke possible and took us through this wild and energetic ride. And my God, guys, the amount of energy he brings to every frame of this movie, guys, is just absolutely incredible. Babylon is immensely entertaining from start to finish. There is not a single part of this movie where I was bored or I was dozing off. My eyes were glued to that screen. Babylon is also gorgeously shot by Linus Sandgren. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering his name. The way that Damien Chazelle and Linus move the camera with the energy they bring to this film. There are so many one-take shots in this film. In particular, the first time they go onto a film set. I don't know how they pulled that shot off. I was stunned with how Damien Chazelle pulled them off. Like, they are that incredible. When it comes down to Babylon's 3-hour runtime, this is a movie that races by. Babylon does not feel like 3 hours. At tops, 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes max. It does not feel like 3 hours.
Well, that's just fucking great!
I thought that Babylon was an immensely entertaining film, but at the same time, I unfortunately do have quite a few issues with Babylon. Something I do have to talk about is Damien Chazelle's directing. I thought that Damien Chazelle did a great job for the most part in bringing so much energy into a film that tells a chaotic ride. It's so high to the point where it feels like that really for the majority of the time that Babylon has really no focus to it. When it comes down to the actual plot of Babylon, here's the thing about that, guys. What's the plot of Babylon? Are there events that happen in this movie? Are there things that link to each other in this movie? Absolutely yes. When it comes to an actual plot of Babylon, I could not tell you what the plot of this movie was. Besides those three characters, didn't have a specific focus to it. And because of that, guys, Babylon is a messy movie. Something else in particular that I have to talk about is the excess of this movie. The excess in this movie is just wild, is one word I'd use. And I don't know if you guys will feel the same way, but this is how I felt. I have seen some wild movies out there. There are a couple of sequences in particular where I thought the excess for me personally was just a bit too much. Babylon's ending is a bold ending to say the least, and I feel like it's an ending that you're either gonna really like, or you might not be too fond of. The ending was a particularly bad ending for me, but it was an ending that I was and still am feeling a bit mixed on.
And here we go.
So overall, Babylon is like if Damien Chazelle did a shitload of coke and took you through a wild ride through the biggest transition in Hollywood history. Babylon is insane and messy, but I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. All in all, I'm going to give Babylon a 3.75 out of 5 stars. Simply put, guys, just sit back and enjoy the ride. So comment down below and let me know, what is the most wild film you have ever seen? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames are in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Babylon. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 reviews, please click on the right there or right there. And of course, if my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.